Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is very important and close to my heart because I want to use this platform to spread awareness about the stigma and discrimination surrounding HIV and AIDS. This issue affects millions of people around the world, but yet it is often overlooked due to misunderstanding and fear. So by raising awareness, I hope we can all learn to be more compassionate and supportive. So let's dive into what we can do to make a difference. First, let us try to understand what is HIV and AIDS. So this HIV is a human immunodeficiency virus that attacks the immune system, specifically the CD4 cells, that makes it harder for the body to fight infections. And this AIDS, that is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, is the advanced stage of HIV infection, where the immune system is severely damaged, leading to life-threatening infections and cancers. And so the transmission of HIV is transmitted through blood, semen, vaginal fluids, rectal fluids, breast milk, unprotected sex, sharing needles, and from mother to child during birth or breastfeeding. And HIV is not transmitted through casual contacts, air, water, or insect bites. Some of their treatment include ART, that is antiretroviral therapy, where daily medication help manage HIV, allowing the individual to live healthy lives and reducing the risk of transmission. So understanding these basics helps dispel myth and fear, fostering a more supportive environment for those living with HIV. Now, the second point that I want to talk about is the impact of stigma and discrimination on people living with HIV. The stigma and discrimination and the impact that leaves on the people that lives with HIV, because it has profound and devastating effects on their whole lives. Now, the third one is Know Your Rights with HIV/AIDS 2017. So the Human Immunodeficiency Virus and Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome Prevention and Control Act 2017 is designed to safeguard the rights of individuals diagnosed with HIV and AIDS. This act came in force on September 10, 2018 and includes several key provisions. Some of the key provisions of this act provides protection, especially for people living with HIV and AIDS. Now let me just highlight some of these. So the first one is the disclosure of HIV status. This act ensures the identity of the people living with HIV remains confidential, and also no one can be forced to disclose their HIV status except if required by a court order. And there are also grievances redressal, where every state government must appoint an ombudsman to handle complaints related to violation of Act and healthcare services. Establishment with 100 or more employees and healthcare establishments with 20 or more employees must appoint a complaint officer. Test and treat with consent. So in this right, no HIV tests and medical treatment or research can be conducted without the person's informed consent, and there must be provision for pre and post HIV test counseling, and no treatment or medical interference can occur without consent. Without your consent, no HIV test or medical treatment can proceed. Only after your consent, they can go ahead with the treatment or go about with the test as well. I have also made an awareness regarding this in my previous vlog, so you can also check out that video in that case. And also another important thing that highlight about this act is the zero discrimination, where in this act they will prohibit any form of discrimination or hatred against people living with HIV. This act also protects you from zero discrimination. Nobody have the right to discriminate you because you tested positive or you have the virus. And discrimination in public places like hospitals, office, schools, and colleges is prohibited. Discrimination even in the housing, property rental, promotions, or employment is also prohibited. and any kind of violence or activity encouraging violence towards people living with HIV is also banned. So these rights protect you from zero discrimination. So you are protected under all of this act if you face any discrimination, or if you were tested without any consent, precaution is not taken in the high risk area, or if your HIV status is disclosed, there is also violation and penalty according to this act as well. So I'm gonna also share you some of the violations and penalties that you can get if any of these is not followed. In the violation and penalties act includes spreading discrimination, hatred, or violence against people living with HIV, and not following orders of the Lokpal, preaching confidently in legal proceedings. Now, the penalties for doing as such would be imprisonment for 3 months to 2 years. For 3 months to 2 years, or a fine up to 1 lakh or both. You will be also fined up to 10,000 with additional fines of 5,000 per day for further violation, and also fine up to 1 lakh for several breaches. So according to the Violations and Penalty Act, if you discriminate or break several breaches, then these are the penalties that you will also receive. So make sure, be aware, and let us not discriminate and make them feel any less just because they are infected with HIV. So now it's time to change the narratives. So how can we make the difference? First of all, educate yourself and also others. Understanding these facts about HIV and AIDS, it helps dispel myth and also reduces fear. HIV cannot be transmitted through casual contact, and with modern treatment, those people living with HIV can also live a healthy and fulfilling lives. Let us also show empathy and support. Let us treat everyone with kindness and respect regardless of their HIV status. A supportive community can significantly improve quality of life for those affected people. Let us also advocate for equal rights, support policies and initiatives that protects the rights of people living with HIV. Discrimination in healthcare, employment, social settings, it must be addressed and eradicated. And lastly, speak out. Let us also use our voice to challenge stigma and discrimination whenever we see it, because by speaking up, we also help create more inclusive and understanding society. So let us work together to end stigma and discrimination surrounding HIV and AIDS, because everyone deserves to live with dignity and respect. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you will help me spread this message about awareness on stigma and discrimination on people living with HIV and AIDS. Thank you. Kuknalim.